I'm a boss lady, yeah. I'm a boss lady, yeah. They call me boss lady, hey.
And I'm Victoria, and this is the Love Lost Girls Podcast, episode 2.
So I guess I used to dance competitively, and then that took up a lot of my time because dance wasn't like a 2-hour practice. It was like 6 hours every single time you went. So once I got older and like into high school, it was just taking up way too much time, and if I wanted to actually like be able to keep up, I knew I had to drop it, so I did. And then once I dropped dance and I was like only really playing sports for fun, I just noticed like I wasn't getting the same level of physical activity and stuff as I was before, and like we just talked about, you feel better when you're moving and when you're active, so I like wasn't feeling as good. So then I started getting into working out, and at first it was just like the YouTube, like Alexis ran 10-minute abs and stuff like that. But then over COVID, when we were just like alone, I was able to do so much research, and like I had so much time on my hands. I really got into like weightlifting and stuff like that, and then I found that like that was like the real mental release, and it just makes you feel like a different person like before and after a session.
Finding out that like weightlifting is just like good versus running, because running is nice, but like it's kind of a hassle sometimes. So I could just like do a nice little weight lift in like 30 minutes, that'd be fine, versus like putting on shoes, like going for a run can be exhausting sometimes. But yeah, it's just a transition from going from like 6 hours a day to nothing. Must have just been like, what do I do with myself now?
And yeah, I literally had nothing to do. It was like I had nothing better to do, so I was like, oh, I might as well work out. Also, like dancing, you get like really strong, and you get like the quote unquote dancer's body, and I was like, oh, like I don't know, who's this? Like I gotta maintain it. So yeah,
that's hard. I think it's good that at least you like found it out versus someone who just like completely drops off from it. Because I know people who just don't work out. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, and then like you don't want exactly. It was like kind of part of your identity.
I know.
Because like you do it so much.
Yeah. And it's like bettering yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, I got into it because this is like 3 years ago. I had like never weightlifted. I usually just relied on like practice, like going to like squash and then rugby practice afterwards. Like I never really had to go to the gym.
Yeah.
And then we started weightlifting 3 or 4 years ago. I liked it at first, but I was like super newbie, whatever. And then like growing up with people who are a lot stronger than you and then like had been doing it for a few years was like a little intimidating. But my coaches were quite good. Actually, do you know what like a clean is?
Oh yeah, where you like
oh my god,
and then lift it.
Yeah. So, oh my god, my coach Chris, he was absolutely a narc about this kind of thing. He's like, you gotta get the form right. So for 3 years straight, I could not add weight to it because like, you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
No weight's added. And he finally left, and then the new girl's like, oh yeah, I just added weight. And everyone else is doing like 200 pounds. I was like, oh. Like I was so behind because he was just like, you can't.
Wait, that's so hard.
I know. I was like, are you kidding me? But and everything else like back squat. We're not doing front squat. But I don't know, I just got into it that way, and ever since then it's been really slow progress. I feel like the most progress is like the first 4 months.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and that's like when I'm first.
That's what everyone talks about. They're always like, oh, like newbie gains.
I know, it's so
gotta take advantage, but I don't know.
No, I loved it. Yeah, so I don't know. Ever since then, I've just been doing it, and then like now that I kind of feel more comfortable because of that, I could just go to a gym and do either that program or kind of have an idea of what I'm doing. Yeah.
That's the thing, like I don't even go to a gym. I literally just do it all from my basement.
Yeah.
But like I want to go to a gym so bad.
It's nice.
I'm kind of just waiting till university.
True.
I would say like most girls, if you're looking to get into fitness, I would probably say like you're not eating enough. Because especially like when you just start and when you get like the newbie gains and stuff, like your metabolism is just gonna shoot through the roof. Like it's gonna skyrocket. And if you really want to maximize on those muscle growing literally on your gains, like you gotta eat. And I would just say like don't overcomplicate it too. Like if you've been eating the food, like my mom also like we've always had, I don't make dinner, like it's just been made for us. Like I've been eating that my whole life and I've been fine.
Yeah.
Like if you just start working out, it doesn't mean like you have to start preparing all your own food. Like don't overcomplicate it. Do what you've always been doing. Just like maybe you haven't been eating enough protein, so like have an extra piece of chicken at dinner.
Yeah, I was just thinking a little bit more. I think there's like the TikToks of like people preparing their foods.
Yeah.
And like people going into calorie deficits and stuff like that. Like, yes, it works, but it can be like quite misleading or like steer someone off the wrong track. Especially if like you're getting told like this is how many calories, because everyone's different.
And like those online calculators are like actually terrible.
There's just no.
They're so inaccurate.
All I would say is like yeah, I do believe in calorie deficits, but it can just spiral out of control. And like calorie surplus is like sure. But like you said, they just add a little more extra protein, like have that at morning snack, make sure you're having breakfast, get protein per meal, like it's not, you don't have to overcomplicate it at all. So yeah, I would say you definitely need to be eating according to your activities.
Goals.
Yeah.
And like if you start going to the gym or like start playing a sport, well I hope you don't start playing a sport for like the purpose of losing weight, but like a lot of people might start going to the gym for the purpose of losing weight. Like then you have to be in a calorie deficit, yes, but like don't go from eating like how you've been eating to literally just eating like one meal a day. Like that's so bad. Like instead of adding a piece of chicken at dinner, which like most people should do, maybe just like add a bit more veggies and take away some of the rice, but still eat the rice.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so like, I don't know, people overcomplicate it and like,
it's good to have goals like losing weight or gaining weight, but at the end of the day, like
it's
the main goal, and like improving your mental health, like getting fit and being healthy. I think like being healthy as you can be versus like going to lose 10 pounds. Like that's just not a good thing. If you work out to like look a certain way versus like feeling a certain way and like building strength, that's when you just can go in a bad direction.
Exactly. And like a lot of people have aesthetic goals instead of like performance goals. But people don't realize if you have a performance goal, like the aesthetic goal just is a byproduct of that. Like let's say I have a goal to like, I don't know, get like a certain number on my squat. I'm gonna get a stronger lower body and like grow my glutes with that. Versus just being like, oh, my goal is to grow my glutes. Like, okay, but like, why?
Yeah, exactly. And like, how would you do that? They just do like 10 different exercises. I'm like, no.
Exactly. Or like the booty band exercises.
Actually, funny enough, I don't think those work. Whatever.
They don't.
And I was talking to like my coach who like plays soccer, whatever. Like she's like a fitness coach. Like, dump truck. Like, I don't know how she did that. Anyways, I was like, Bruna, give me your butt routine right now. Like, I need it. She's like, these like walking things with the bands. Like,
really?
I was like, are you sure? Like bands? And like her and my other fitness was like, yes, bands. And I was like,
what?
I'm gonna trust you. Cause like, look at you. Yeah. She's currently coaching like Okai. I don't know if I told you that. Okai, you know, Olivia Pontoon.
Oh my god, yeah.
Like Okai.
Wait, that's sick.
She's in.
Who goes to UCLA?
Yeah, she's where are they? They're in Dominican Republic. They're where like ish we are, or we're gonna go.
Oh my god.
And she's like fucking coaching.
That's so
She made a TikTok, and then we all come to say hi to Bruno for us. It's like, oh, that's like get a merch on the way back. I don't know. But I think just like also me being surrounded by rugby players versus like people at school and like in Toronto, it has like been made so clear the difference. Like huge I would go to rugby. I actually like remember this so clearly. I went to practice one time, and my friend Taylor, who's like just jacked, she could squat almost 300 pounds, and she's like maybe 5'3". No, her freaking legs are. How does one even explain this? Like, they're like they're just. She's really strong.
Like Quadzilla.
Like she's like super cool. Like, but like she loves it, and like I love that for her. Yeah. She looks awesome. She like showed me what she wanted to look like, and it was like a bodybuilder, like a field bodybuilder. I was like, if anyone in like half or like Toronto ever said this to me, I'd be like, there's just no way. Because it's just so different, like how they want to look versus like rugby. And like if I can find the space in between / lean towards rugby, it's like I find it better. And like they preach like getting snacking, get your protein in, eat, like get stronger, and like being around all the time has helped me so much.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
I feel like I'm more into this
Yeah.
part than you.
Yeah. Well, I learn a lot from you, I feel like, just you talking
Yeah.
about it. Pest science, right?
PE science by
science,
protein
yes. I
powder.
know. You need to get
This is not sponsored.
Is it?
Could you imagine?
She
what
wants
it's-
to be. Get her sponsored.
Yeah, get me sponsored by, I don't even know how to say it, if it's PE or pest science.
I think it was PE science.
Yeah, PE science. It's literally the best protein powder on the planet. Like, please go buy it.
Yeah.
Gourmet vanilla is my number one recommendation.
Oh.
It's so
Not
good.
this. Ew. Not like that. Oh my god.
But nutrition, I don't know. I feel like it's important you have like,
Yeah.
if you're like working out and training as much as we are, it's really important that you eat enough
Yeah.
in order to like keep up. And I feel like being a girl, that can be hard sometimes.
Yeah, for sure.
But you just gotta like put that out of your head. Like have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, pre-workout, post-workout,
Yeah.
and you should be good. Like balanced meals.
Yeah.
Definitely like revolve every meal around a protein.
Yeah.
Just so that like if you're working out, you have to be eating enough protein, or else like
Yeah.
there's literally no point in working out
Yeah.
because you're not gonna see any progress.
That would be bad. All for nothing.
Yeah,
Jesus.
that would suck.
I only like really. No, I kind of knew that nutrition was important, but like the past 3 years, kind of. Because we have a nutritionist with rugby, and they come and go. Like you have a meeting with them once a year, and
Yeah.
they're like, oh my god, what do you eat? And you're like, this, that, everything, whatever. You don't like pay attention to it really.
Mhm.
And they have like these slideshows. They say like,
Mhm.
oh, have protein, and you're like, okay, I'm like 14, like I don't
Yeah.
know. Like I don't really listen. And then this year I kind of checked in. I was like, okay, I should probably have like 10 grams of protein in the morning, like have a snack. And I was like thinking I should probably keep a box of like snacks in my locker.
Yeah.
It's like I need to have like a mid-morning one, mid-afternoon one, you know? And I do try to have protein per meal, but like I'm lucky because my mom is a good cook.
Yeah,
and
your
she
mom
makes
is like
good-
you have good lunches.
Yeah, like those are all leftovers too, like,
Yeah.
because that's my dinner beforehand. And like there's always a protein in that, so like I do rely quite heavily on her.
Mhm.
And then I'm lucky that she like cooks healthy foods. Always has a protein in there. Always has carb. Always has green. Like,
Yeah.
salad or green beans or whatever it is that day. Always rice.
Like I feel like to get into a workout, you need to be in the right headspace or something like that. So I like to play music, have like my little pre-workout ritual.
Which is what music?
God, listen to something that'll hype you up. Like
Yeah.
normally go with rap or something.
Yeah. Do you have a playlist?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to edit my playlist, but yeah, it's like 90% rap too.
Mhm. And
Any ghost pre-workout?
we don't go with C4.
God, yeah. I used to use C4 as a way to. It was a pre-workout, and then it was like kind of not good because it would make you pass out during running sessions. But like for weights, it was actually quite good. But yeah, we finished that for other reasons.
Other
I
purposes.
started using it for fun. To get the right mindset for working out. So probably music as well. And then a lot of my workouts are with rugby, so I kind of don't have a choice.
Yeah,
So
true.
just me going out there, getting in the gym, just like getting there and being there will help. But
Mhm.
like to get there is the hardest part, I feel like.
That's like for me, since I don't have that structure, I find if I say like every single week, if I work at like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then that helps me versus being like, oh, I feel like working out today. Because like after a long day of school, like you're probably like, oh, rugby. Like
Yeah.
but like you have to go. If after a long day of school, if I'm just like, oh, workout, I don't really feel like it, I'm not gonna do it. But if I do it every single week, I'll actually do it.
Yeah, and it's nice to almost be forced to. Because I feel like, especially during COVID, you kind of had a lot of freedom to just
Yeah,
not do
for
anything.
sure.
And I noticed, I was like, wow, I don't really want to work out today. I don't think I'm going to. But just me having to work out and being like, okay, everyone else is. So it's not like I'm alone. And if I'm alone
Yeah.
in my house and I have the option to like sit around and do nothing, I'm probably going to
Yeah,
do
not do
nothing.
nothing.
But that's just, I don't know. Maybe if it was like long term and I stopped playing rugby, then maybe I would get into a better routine. But I don't know. I usually am on aux during the rugby sessions, so it's nice for me to play my own stuff. And everyone's doing the same things as me, and if we all like help each other out with like.
And it's fun, like with a team.
Yeah, no, it's super nice.
Yeah.
Mornings, I think, is the hardest. Like just
Yeah.
getting up and like.
I know.
Like, you just have.
Also,
I could wake up
school-
20 minutes before and just not have
I
anything.
know.
Yeah. Like having to get up 40 minutes and like make an
Yeah.
egg and make a bagel.
That's why though, like
Yeah.
I've started doing this semester especially. I make my breakfast the night before, and then I just like it's ready. Like I'll make like overnight oats literally every single day. No, I know you don't like it, but it's so good. Like yeah, you just do like oats, milk, protein powder,
Yeah.
and then in the morning you can add like peanut butter or something for like healthy
True.
fats, and
True.
then it's literally just there and ready.
Just like also me being surrounded by rugby players versus like people at school and like in Toronto, it has like been made so clear the
Yeah.
difference. Like I would
Huge
go
difference.
to rugby. I actually like remember this so clearly. I went to practice one time and my friend Taylor, who's like just jacked, like she could squat almost 300 pounds and she's
Jesus
like maybe 5'3".
Christ.
No, her freaking legs are. How does one even explain this? Like, they're like they're just. She's really strong.
Like Quadzilla.
Like she's like super cool. Like, but like she loves it and like I love that for her.
Yeah.
She looks awesome. She like showed me what she wanted to look like, and it was like a bodybuilder, like a female bodybuilder. I was like, if anyone in like Africa in Toronto ever said this to me, I'd be like, there's just no way. Because it's just so different, like how they want to look versus like rugby. And like if I can find the space in between / lean towards rugby, it's like I find it better. And like they preach like getting snacking, get your protein in, eat, like get stronger, and like being around it all the time has helped me so much.
Yeah, for sure. Well, for me, let's say I've had like a bad day. Normally when you've had a bad day, you just want to like go lie on your bed and watch Netflix or YouTube or something. But like, if I have had a bad day and I go and do that, I'll just feel the exact same.
Yeah.
Versus if I have a bad day and I go and I do a workout, like
Yeah.
I come out of it in a fantastic mood. Just because like the science behind it, like
Yeah.
it releases endorphins and like you do feel good after working out. But then also just like listening to the music that like hypes you up, just and when you're working out you're not thinking about anything else other than working out. Like you're only thinking about like how am I gonna get this weight above my head, because if you're not thinking about that, like you're gonna drop it and you're literally gonna hurt yourself.
It like
So-
consumes your entire brain.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah, it's distractional.
So it's like an hour of like pure nothing out, like nothing else is in your mind, just pure distraction. So all of that combined can like really turn my mood around.
for the better.
Yeah.
That's good. I think that I took working out for granted because I would do it so much, and I've learned to balance it with school and other stuff like that. To the point where when it was taken away from me, like for example during COVID, and I was left with like nothing or like way too much time on my hands, I was like, this sucks. Like I need to go back. Like I didn't realize how good it was for me until it was taken away. And it's just like it's a constant in my life, you know?
Yeah.
It's something I can always rely on to be there. And I know it's better for me. I know it's making me better. I see it in like the way I perform, the way I look, like the way I feel, like everything is better. So then that's like taken away from me, and I lose that control. Sometimes it like negatively affects me for sure. So, you know, try to stick to it. And sometimes it's hard to like get out there because it's like 30 minutes away to my practice in like highway, and that's right after school. It's like 4:30, so
Yeah,
like I just have a full day of school. But I'm always better off because of it. Like I always think practice and like, thank God I went. Like I love that. Like I feel so much better. I actually have like more energy leaving
exactly
it than when I
that.
went in. Like I will sleep on the way to practice, ready to like run a marathon afterwards or like do homework or tests.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like if you need motivation, just think about like how you'll feel after and how much better you'll feel after.
Yeah. I don't know if you feel this way, but I get the most work done right after practice. Like on Monday, Wednesdays,
Yes,
and
I
Fridays versus
know.
Tuesday, Thursdays, like in my case.
That's why on Sunday I do
Yeah.
my full body workout
Yeah.
because I'm so productive after I do
It
it.
makes me feel so much better. Like I will get 2 hours of studying or like
Yeah.
something to, and I always think like, oh my god, I have practice today. Like how am I gonna study?
Yeah.
Always the most productive afterwards. Tuesdays, Thursdays, I will get home from school. I will sit on my phone for 4 hours
Yeah.
and do nothing, like absolutely nothing. And I'll feel
And
like
also,
shit 'cause of
like,
it.
I find working out motivates me to like eat healthier.
Yeah.
Like on the days where I don't work out, I'm just like, oh, like who cares? Like I'll
Yeah.
just eat whatever. And like
Facts.
when you eat healthy, like you also feel more energized and stuff like that. So it's all like a little loop that plays into everything. Like balance is
God.
really important.
Yeah, it is really important.
It's like if you don't have balance, it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
And then
exactly.
you're just gonna like you can't have an
Too
all
much
or
of
nothing
something.
approach.
Like, I don't even know how I balance so like
Because you're so busy. I feel like on weekends though, like you still make time for your friends.
I make that like I need to see my friends.
Yeah.
And my parents know that. Like I wasn't the most responsible during COVID, but like I needed that. Like
Yeah.
I needed to see my friends.
It's like an outlet. It's a different kind of
It's a
outlet.
different, yeah, exactly.
Like working out is one outlet, but like
I'm kind of like my dad, and like I rely on like social, not events, but like social interactions for like
Mhm.
a lot of my happiness. Like I love seeing my friends. I love like making
Yeah.
connections and stuff like that. Like me sitting in my room,
it's not the same.
awful. Like
Like that's like a good point though, because you can't just look at or like listen to what we say and be like, oh, like I need to hang out with friends in order to
Yeah.
achieve balance. Like, if that doesn't make you happy, then don't do it. If reading makes you happy, go read.
Go ahead. Absolutely. Get outside.
Just-
I would say get outside to everyone though. 'Cause
Yeah,
getting
for
outside
sure.
is like really, really
Thanks for watching and tuning in to the Love Lost Girls Podcast, episode 2.
We'll be uploading every Thursday, so see you then.